Hey everyone, this is Tanya from You and Your Witchy Stuff. If you are new here, welcome. And if you're returning, thanks for returning. So I hope this finds you all well. So it is a beautiful day here in central New York. I decided to take a small walk since I'm completely out of shape. If you watch my previous videos, it's an understatement. I was going to take a walk in one of the many numerous cemeteries that are about a mile down the road from my house. I'd had to take a drive since I'm so out of shape and I could barely make it here. But yeah, enough about me and my being out of shape. I'm trying to get myself back in order. So I'm just doing this real quick here. I decided to pop in. Many of you may be new here. My channel's slowly growing after all these years. Yes. Consistency, persistence, effort, and vulnerability, and just the universe and the great people that I'm interacting with in my regular, everyday life, and on this channel, and on the internet. We all support each other and are interconnected. So I just wanted to reintroduce myself, my channel, since I've had this for almost about over 3.5 years, and I just reached like 62 subscribers. I kept wavering between 30 to 40, up and down. I did not show myself on camera since I am hugely introverted and shy and self-conscious, which I'm working on. I worked on starting primarily last year and into this year, and then when the Witch's Black Lent came into my viewing, I guess, or to my attention, I fully embraced it, and it amplified my growth, my assistance, my courage, and my confidence exponentially. And still working on this, of course, because if any of you watched my video for a hot minute, you would know and see that I'm struggling on finding a job after quitting a job that was basically killing me in my poor health, as I'm diabetic, a type 1 diabetic. I am practically deaf. I have hearing aids, which you can barely see. I'm grateful for. I have the medication I need and such, and I do have some heart issues. So that's another reason, and I just let myself go. I'm just going to be honest. I gave in too much to depression and the easy way out because I hated what I was doing. I couldn't find an escape. I held myself back and wallowed in my restrictions. Still having major issues, which is an understatement, but a huge exponential progress at the same time, and a lot of shedding of what's not servicing me. Well, that too, or serving me. I don't edit my videos, so if you are new here, yeah, I just ramble. But I wanted to reintroduce myself since it's been a while. You and Your Witchy Stuff. I was originally called the Lady Strange, which still am. It's after Def Leppard song. I'm a big heavy metal, rock and roll gal, but I do like many other types. But my loves lie with the metal and classic rock. Yes, I'm 45. So, with the rambling on here, a lot of stuff from my original one from 3.5 years ago still applies, which is my love for tarot cards, oracle cards, as I'm a divination witch, an energetic witch, and a channeler, and I work with spirits. So with that being said, that is great. I am my favorite bands are Typo Negative, 9 Inch Nails, Aerosmith, Tori Amos, Mazzy Star, Leonard Skinner because of my father, Def Leppard, of course, Guns N' Roses, a lot of 80s hair metal, Lorena McKenna, Delirium, things like cello, like Apocalyptica, covering Metallica. Yeah, so I'm across the spectrum. I love 80s music. 80s, 80s pop, new wave, yeah, that's me. Big sunglasses, etc. So as I said, I'm a tarot and oracle enthusiast. My collection has grown, and I use about 80% of them. Some of them were just for novelties, found at Five and Below by my husband as a joke, but they're still there. They're a good laugh here and there when I want to pull them out or show others. I am a crystal collector, and I do divination using crystals and casting. I'm a big intuitive. I see auras. I speak with spirits. I have since I've been a child. I thought I was seeing things as a child, and I knew it wasn't right in how I was brought up. And since I was the oldest of three, well, four, but one of my twin brothers passed away when he was a baby after a couple months. And that was one of the big impacts that people started finding me strange. But I didn't admit why until I was an adult. But I'm not going to go into that in this video. So I'm a collector of that. I am a solo practitioner. I do not practice in a coven. However, I do have several witchcraft, or should I say the abilities and not the practice, runs in my family. My sister does practice on a level. She has her own way of going about it. I have a cousin who him and me found officially at the same time. I was 15 years old when I officially found the craft, but it was in my whole life from birth, meaning seeing, interacting with spirits, nature, feeling things that others did not feel, sensing things, predicting things, feeling vibrations, seeing magic everywhere. Let's put it that way as a child, pretending, mixing together the herbs and then my grandparents' herb wall, little jars and stuff, as what is now potions. And I'm great with herbs from then, and now I'm not do not have a green thumb. No. I wish. Many others in my family have that. That did not carry to me. But you never know. Things constantly change and evolve. So I've been practicing officially for 30 years, that means. I found, if any of you ever heard of Walden Books, that's where I got my first 2 books from, which was a Scott Cunningham book, Wicca for the Solitary Practitioner, sorry. I still have it in my collection. This was around 1994, give or take. That I got that from Walden Books, along with the Crohn's Books of Words. I don't know the author off the top of my head, as I'm not home. However, it is a fun little book. If you find it, get it. It's reminds me of an old witchy style book, and references. And the writer who wrote that, ironically, I didn't know up until maybe 10 years ago, is from Clinton, New York, which is not far from where I am, just to give you a general idea. That's not very far at all. So, I've been practicing, since I've been an adult. I have been open about that I've been a practitioner. However, I usually to others that don't understand, but maybe broadly understand Wicca. That's what I identify as in a little bit now, but I've left that a long time ago. I did operate with some of the premises, as I'm very much considered an eclectic witch. My husband humors me. He's very open-minded. You have to be to live with someone like me that's constantly talking to spirits, having nightmares, journeying, reading cards, collecting them, have them living all over the house. I have a huge witchy room in our sun porch, which is our entryway, with multiple altars. I have a messy other room, which I call my closet room, where I have a bookshelf, and I have like maybe 200 witchy occult type of style books, many which I have to read yet, mainly for collective or things that I do prospectively want to read or have read, and to take from. I am very empathetic, so that helps me, and sometimes, many times, as an energetic sponge to my detriment. But I'm getting better with grounding, protection practices. A lot of my stuff has now come from not only books, which I'm a big on reader and collector, as I just mentioned, but a lot more on personal gnosis. That is invaluable. Having the research tools to help guide you and set a foundation and to help you discern. But personal gnosis, I'm finding more and more each day, each month, and each year is what makes our practice, as anyone that is on a pagan path, more fulfilling, enlightening, self-serving, as in a healing, emotional, energetic level, on a mundane level, as witchcraft is my anchor. I am a music collector, as I mentioned earlier. I love horror movies, and I'm talking like, my husband has it's in my house, so by default it's mine by marriage, but 5,000 videos videos, movies, movies and Blu-rays, and a collection. You'll see a link I just posted on the community tab yesterday of viewing your horror movies. Yeah, we go to conventions. We met many celebrities and directors. Probably we're going to another one. We vent at them and such. Of course, we all know I love witchcraft, the paranormal, what reflects the most along those lines, things of superstition, but I do love my slashers and all that. So across the board and across the spectrum. So you'll probably see that grace more of this channel in the near future if you continue to watch. I'm very rambly. I love my tea. And as I said, I work with spirits. I work with Hecate is my main patron goddess. I work with Hades. Hades has stepped back right now. He was the first male deity that came into my life not long ago, for a year and a half, and then he recently stepped back to allow in Venus, whom as more as I study with her and work with her in Gnosis and go back and remember, which is a lot into even past life. I've worked with her and she's been there all along for different periods. I do also work with, I start working with the goddess or giantess Hel from the Nordic religion. Just touching base with her. She's a little bit more in the background for me, but we have an understanding. But she is a big part of my practice as I learn and grow. And of course, as I mentioned, Venus. I do work with other spirits, including my familiars. Spirits always scared me, and they still do. Sometimes it's beyond frightening and such, but most of the time I'm learning to grow and understand that, and what I was seeing and fearing is often was something I did not understand or my fear overruled me. But a big part is breaking through your fears and limitations and not letting them restrict you. So with that being said, there'll be a lot of different rambles, me showing my decks, going over that, many reviews, just chatting about random witchy stuff and probably movies or things that my husband and I get to go do in my personal life and such. So this again was a rambly reintroduction to my channel, or just a thing just to show a little bit more. As I get more confident showing in things in a better flow, then of course I'll probably go a lot more into my personal gnosis. I just wanted to drop in. So again, if any of this is of any interest to you, or you like this or any of my previous content, please like, comment, and subscribe, as I appreciate that. If you have any comments for me on this video or questions, please feel free to do so. I love constructive criticism or learning about others' practices. It certainly inspires me, And I hope you all have a good day and blessed be.